मैं तो खुद से
प्यार जताऊं।
आप किसी से प्यार करते हैं तो उन्हें जताएं कि आप प्यार करते हैं, और जो प्यार आपसे कर रहा है आपका पार्टनर, तो प्लीज receive it also. My stylist Shifa reached out to me saying that you are getting married and you haven't. All the designers are reaching out to me if they want.
They're like,
if
we'll
she wants
style
to
you.
source. No, if she wants to like design, customize something, and I was like, first of all, I'm not getting married. Second of all, who is this guy? There are times where you get so angry because you're just so tired because you have expectations from that person and that person is not matching up to your expectations. But at the same time, you bloody love that person. Like you fight, but you're like, you bloody idiot. What do I do of you?
Correct.
You're like, go. Why did you even come? Just stay in the studio. I have had this debate with a healthy conversation with my director also, and I was like, I don't want to have a child because Viraj wants a child. You know, I want a child because I believe in that love, so that I want to take this family aage.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. My guest today is truly an actor who's been charting her own path and also sticking to it. In this industry, it's very difficult to do that. You know, she's done pretty much now in multiple languages and she's wowed you in every one of them. Of course, talking about the wonderful Mrunal Thakur.
How sweet. Thank
Hello.
you. Hello. You.
Meant every word. You were just,
Thank you, Rudrani.
But it's delightful to see that when you go to an industry that you didn't know the language of, and you know you've learned, you've accepted, and you've been accepted.
I still don't know. I just know my dialogues. That's it. I'm learning.
But I know you're still learning.
Slowly, yeah.
But you are very, very sure about the kind of roles that you want to pick, and you've been doing that. Tell me, has that been a little bit of a struggle sometimes? I'm sure you would want to get like, yes, na, आपके पास 6 चीजें अच्छी हों जहाँ से आप एक अच्छे लेते हो, you know. But that's not always the case, isn't it?
No, that isn't. But that's when you value also what you have. I think one of the reasons why it took so much time after Sita Ramam for a film for me to sign, it took me almost a year.
Yeah.
That's when I signed Hi Nanna. And people were like, why would you not sign movies back to back? It's like not a right way to look at it. And I was like, in my head, Rudrani, quality over quantity. I mean, do good films. Just don't do any film. And the joy that I get after reading and listening to such beautiful stories, sometimes I may not feel it, and I should be honest enough that when I'm not, the story may be incredible, but if I'm not feeling it, then there's no point of me doing it.
Yeah.
Because there'll be someone else who will come and add so many other flavors that I didn't even want to tap, I didn't want to discover. But at the same time, I realized that there are not many great characters which have been written for women. And now that there's Sita Ramam, there's Sita from Sita Ramam, there's Yashna from Hi Nanna, and I'm glad that these two films came to me, and I knew in my head that no one apart from me would do that.
And I'm so glad that you did. You've been flooded.
Thank you.
With love from fans, particularly after the Netflix. It got released on Netflix.
Released, yeah, when
right?
Released.
And the love just doubled again.
Yeah, it's just like even Sita Ramam, I was so surprised that after Hi Nanna, I would not just see story tags about Hi Nanna or Yashna. It was also about Sita Mahalakshmi and how the audience just don't forget about, Sita and Ram, and there's those fan clubs called Mrudul, like Mrunal and Mrudul and all. And I keep seeing things are popping there, and it feels so good that these two films are aging like wine. It just gets better with time.
That's the dream for an actor, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, certainly. Why not?
And then I saw these few screen grabs of it also. I'm going to show it to you to give reference to what I'm saying for Hi Nanna, where a lot of people have caught on to what the director also was trying to do, right? Like, particularly in scenes that, in these beautiful cutaways and visuals where he's interacting with his daughter, and he's done that with you in the past.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that.
The parallel universe,
the
right?
Kissing on the
like
nose.
one of the
yes.
One of these, universe, right? Yeah. Like for example, you being piggybacking on him, and then he does it with your daughter.
Also,
I think that, and it is a parallel that he was obviously trying to create. They've got into things like that. So I want you to tell me how that must have been for you.
You know, there are so many things like I would do to my papa when, when I would sit on the scooter. I would always hold him tight like that, and I had this fear that I would fall. But then that thing just became an adat, and suddenly when I was in the car, I was peeping out and there was this small kid doing the same thing. And then in my head, I was like, I now realize what Shaurya was trying to, it's so beautiful, yeah, like the things that we do, like, opening the jacket and just pinching on my heart that Mahi ends up doing as well. I remember there was this scene where they wanted me to just kiss him thrice on the nose. And they told me that Mahi is done to recreate that moment, and it is tough to recreate. So they showed me Mahi's footage because they shot with her first,
Correct.
Kiara, and oh my god, that little one is so fantastic. She's the greatest actress of all times I've ever met. Confess. But having said that, to recreate those moments, and then जो जैसी माँ वैसी बेटी या जैसे पापा वैसे बेटा,
Yeah.
So there are so many these characteristics or things that you would only see it in your child, and I like that how Shaurya has like introduced it subtly. Like not many people will recollect it. Like only when now that people have started watching, like after OTT release, there's so many screen grabs and all coming out, and I like that people are like noticing all these small moments.
People have been rejoicing to see those romantic moments between the two of you also, right? Yashna's witty comebacks, and the flirtatious moments, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, the sexy hair.
And all of that.
She's like, okay.
But it must have been so much fun replaying it, and then when you go back and watch it again. I want to know, did you also feel the butterflies that people are feeling when they see you and
I mean,
Nani?
we were shooting in Tapti Dhoop in Goa in the month of May. We were fried because I remember when I was wearing that sari, my one hand was totally tanned and one wasn't. It was like that Nike sign because of the blouse. But in my head, I'm like, whenever this will come out, it's going to people are just going to love it. I mean, and I just love each and every moment on set, Rudrani. Like, I remember each and every moment on set, what we spoke, what we did, Mahi, my relationship with Mahi on set, off set. It's just beautiful, yeah. I'm just so blessed to be an actor that I get an opportunity to not just play a heroine, but play a character which is going to stay in people's heart for the rest of their lives.
And like they're saying it, the chemistry between you and Nani is through the roof. You'd agree, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Of course.
Yeah.
So we are hoping.
I mean,
that
there's this
more.
debate going on whether it's Sita and Ram or Yashna and Viraj, and I like it's a healthy debate. It's a good debate. So
it's a good debate.
It's a good debate.
I mean, if both the films have
as long as there's debate, I'm happy.
and it has Mrunal Thakur in it, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. But coming back to the storyline, we were just discussing that off the camera. In our society, marriage and women is a thing that is expected out of women, and of course then motherhood, right? A lot of women who don't want to choose motherhood are often shamed for it, saying that your existence is supposed to be that you're supposed to get married. I feel like they've dwelled into that in this film.
Very
and
subtly.
Very subtly.
And imagine in Telugu, like that audience, oh my God, hats off. And they've accepted it also because a body needs to be ready to bear a child. I mean, if your mind and body are not in sync, then no matter how many children you have, if you're not happy, you are not going to enjoy your motherhood.
Yeah.
Like, I know two of my friends who delivered the baby in the same year. One was not ready and one was ready. So I could see their journey, the postpartum depression and all of that kicked in. But whereas on the other hand, my friend conceived immediately she went for the second child. And I was like, oh my God, it is so important for a woman to be ready to bear a child, because it's eventually them who's going to raise the children. People are not going to come and ask you, hey, because there's so many responsibilities these days. I'm not saying don't have a child. And the women are not saying they don't want to have children. They're just saying that maybe not today.
I'm saying even if they are saying they don't want to have children, it's fine. It's a
fine.
choice.
Yeah, it's their choice.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm glad that you all went through that theme. It's very, like you said, subtly, and then intertwining with the storyline,
But
I think.
I have had this debate with like a healthy conversation with my director also, and I was like, I don't want to have a child because Viraj wants a child. You know, I want a child because I believe in that love, so that I want to take this family aage. But in my head there were so many questions like, is he emotionally asking her, like sometimes you get too pushy to do something and ask something, and then in my head I was like, okay, it was a very tricky situation, Rudrani,
It was.
for me, because how I am also born in the 90s. I am like, I'm so progressive, but this again, where is Yashna coming from? Also, for the people who have not seen the movie, I don't want to give spoiler alerts, but there's always a baggage that we come with, like, characters. They have some childhood traumas, and I think who we truly are today is mostly because of our childhood, the way we were raised, and the kind of incidences that we've suffered or been through. And knowingly, unknowingly, there's also a tolerance level,
Yeah.
Like sometimes when a doctor asks you how much does it pain on the scale of 1 to 10, you just say it doesn't pain anyone. Doctor's like, oh my God, this is like 12 on 10. How are you surviving? But you just get used to that again. And I'm not just talking about physical pain. I'm talking about emotional pain.
Absolutely.
Damages and
The traumas that
the
you've been
traumas,
through.
and
Yeah.
not just that, but even abandonment. Like, when you get abandoned by your own parents, it's not a nice place to be.
Yeah.
So
it will impact you in some way.
it will. So how can she raise a child? That's when you need a partner who is so patient and supportive
And
and
empathetic.
believes in being a father, and he guarantees that he'll be a good father. I think that's what is more important. Otherwise, I was having a debate with Shaurya. I was like, no, she would not have a child. I don't want her to have a child. But then eventually those circumstances that they are in, see, this is what happens. But in the end, if you see in the climax, she says exactly opposite things. And it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
But this is the conflict that I am having with Yashna, if we're in the process of making. I mean, it's no more just about hair, makeup and outfit. It's also about what journey or what path she would follow and why she is the way she is and what she's doing.
Correct.
So it's just beautiful when you explore such sides of, there's so many scenes in my head that I've cooked, which the audience don't know about Yashna.
What are some of those what ifs that you imagined in your head?
Oh, so in my phone, there'll be a lot of notes, Rudrani, which you'll find that I write this story तो सबको मिलती है, screenplay भी सबको मिलता है, but वो नहीं मिलता उनके पहले लाइफ में उस जहाँ से फिल्म की शुरुआत होती है उससे पहले क्या होता है. So I just create this world of Yashna, that where was she born, which family, which city was she born in, who are her friends, why is she become the way she is, what is it that she enjoys, if she enjoys singing, what kind of songs, what kind of bands would she hear, what inspired her to become a musician or a singer. I mean, whenever her family, like mom and dad, would fight, what would she do? She would just play the music on blast so that she doesn't get to hear those conversations. Sure. What about Yashna? Why is music her escape? Like she would buy time from her family to go for a guitar class so that she would just be out of this, world where people are constantly trying to tell her that love is all, people don't believe in love, that the only reason why her parents are in love is because of the children. Correct. And she somehow feels guilty that if I wasn't born, maybe my parents would have separated and they would have had a happy life, they would be with their partners. And sometimes you don't find your soulmate in one go itself. You don't. So she feels guilty, and she feels her sibling also. There's a lot of things, There's so many scenes that I've written before Viraj meets Yashna where she is. Like, even after her memory loss, there is actually a story where a 26-year-old meets with an accident and loses her memory. This is a real story where she doesn't know who her mother is, her father is, her boyfriend is. But it's the boyfriend who makes her fall in love with her every day. In an interview when I saw, she said, the interviewer asked her, why do you love him? She said, I don't know. They just told me when I woke up, or when I was out of coma. They said that, oh, he's my boyfriend, and I love him because he loves me. I may have forgotten all those moments, but I can't forget the fact that he's still with me. Like, there were chances where I may not even get my memory back, but the fact that he's still stuck on me, that means we've had a beautiful bond. We'll start from here again. All these things have really helped me play Yashna.
That's wonderful. And also the effort of the man, right? Like she's appreciating. Which reminds me of 50 First Dates as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Where every day he tries
50
to...
first dates or 500 days of summer?
50 First Dates.
50 First
50
Dates.
First Dates is when
How
he tries every day.
every day. Oh my God, I saw that movie on a flight.
Beautiful.
And I cried also.
It's supposed to be comedy, but it's so emotional in that way. It is
You know,
funny
you're
and...
smiling, but your heart is crying.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You know, it's beautiful. 50 First Days, yeah.
But tell me, did you discuss with Nani in a lot of those intense scenes as well? Was there a discussion when you were doing it, or you know, before recreating that magic on screen? Is what
Which
I want
ones?
to say.
Which scene you took?
A lot of them. Your emotional distraught scenes when you're having that fight, right? Do you all sort of kind of also have a little chat before that?
I would like both
Or
of
even the
us.
romantic scenes, actually.
No, so I would not have so much time to rehearse with. That's how South works. There's not many workshops. Like I met Dulquer Garu on the pre-climax of my first day of Sitaramam, you know. But there are not many. I didn't do workshops with Nani Garu or Dulquer Garu at all. But I sat a lot with my director because in my head I needed to know that the screenplay, the story that we are following is the same story that Shaurya Garu has in mind. So we are on the same page. I've had a lot of discussion with Shaurya Garu, and he's told me why Yashna is the way she is, why she loves Viraj so much, and why Viraj is doing things that, and why he can't do things also. That's a beautiful thing, what you can do in love and what you cannot do in love because you're in love with that person.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've had like intense discussions, crazy discussions before we went on floor. I think while I would do my hair and makeup, I would sit down with my director in the vanity and he would just take me through the scenes. The lines would be given to me and I would sit down with my coach Vamshi Garu, who would always help me to help me pronunciate each and every, the uchcharan of the word needs to be right. Because even when you're dubbing it and if your lips are moving, half of your things are sorted, you know.
Correct.
And when we would go on set, we would just discuss the flow of the scene, that what are the beats of the scene. Like there are times where you get so angry because you're just so tired because you have expectations from that person and that person is not matching up to your expectations.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you bloody love that person. Like you fight, but you're like, you bloody idiot. What do I do of you?
Correct.
And you're like, go. Why did you even come? Just stay in the studio. And sometimes you realize ki zyada bol diya yaar. And then you come back, and you know that moment where we both are running
Coming
towards
back.
each other. And
Correct.
like, you know what? I don't want to fight with you because you're my world. You're my favorite person.
Yeah, you're my person.
Yeah, you're my person. You're my world, and I don't want to fight with you. Let's make it work middle way. So I think those beats were important, and there were days where I would just listen to music and dedicate music and some songs dedicated for that particular scenes, and it was so beautiful that it just helps you. Music is my medicine. There are some chants, there are some there's some piano, you know, the crescendo and all. It just helps you to be so focused, and it's very therapeutic. It allows you to get into the skin of the character, if I can say so. Yeah.
And that you did.
Yeah.
I was talking about the love that you get from the Telugu audience. I mean, from the whole of India, but particularly from this industry now, right? Like they're like, I don't think they want to do any other film. They're like, we have to do another Telugu film as well.
Oh God, yeah, I know. They're like, please sign more films, and in my head, I'm like, wow, I really am waiting for something like Sita or something like Yashna or something beautiful than that.
But because of that, when I remember Alu Arjun said that I hope that she comes to Hyderabad and she settles down. I hope she gets married. Became like a thing. Next day, everywhere it was like Mrunal is getting married to a Telugu star. Headlines pe
My
headlines.
stylist Shifa reached out to me saying that you are getting married and you haven't. All the designers are reaching out to me if they want.
They're like,
if
we'll
she wants
style
to
you.
source. No, if she wants to like design, customize something, and I was like, first of all. I'm not getting married. Second of all, who is this guy? Just let me know.
I wanted to have Arvind called you and said that, listen, did that happen? Because you're like
He
very...
blessed me, and I think that happened with one of the actors who he blessed. I think it's Lavanya Tripathi or something.
Correct.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong. I think she just got married, and he blessed her, and he's like, Sir is famous for all these blessings. He said, Sir, और भी अच्छा blessing do, please.
Besides that. But then we've had a conversation about... also, I think it started because there was an interview also where you spoke about how much you believe in the institution of marriage and you want to have your love story. I mean, we've spoken about this a long time back.
Yeah.
About in Valentine's Day, about what a romantic person you are, right?
Not anymore.
I don't believe it, really.
I'm kidding.
No. You are doing like
I mean, I have
full
my
on.
ways of showing love. Everybody's definition of love is different. For me, it isn't about khana khaya kya, ghar pahunch gaye kya. I think it's about when I see my my mom or my dad, they're not in a mood to talk, I would just leave them. That's a sign of love. You know, that's a love language. I think sometimes you just need some person to be themselves, or sometimes all you need to do is just hold their hand, just plant a kiss on their cheek, and then just say that everything is going to be okay. That's love language, I think, for me.
I think because of the way you are, and you are a person who's very, very, loving to all the friends also. I think it was hilarious when that one saying bye to Badshaah became like a whole thing. And Badshaah went to a story and said, Internet, it's not what it's looking like.
It's like shuru hone se pehle khatam ho gaya, guys.
But did you see that video and the slow motion with
I know. Like, guys, come on. Like, I've done a song with him. He's a very good friend of mine. He's a very good human being. And I didn't know, like, kisi ko, like, there was so much traffic, you know, in that lane because everybody, like, I saw a couple of actors, like, walking from the street because there's no there's no U-turn. So I was like, just kind enough to, we'll drop you here to go to the airport. And I was like, I'm going home, so we'll, like, drop you halfway. Your car can come wherever. It became such a thing, but it's damn funny. ऐसा तो मीडिया तो बहुत चाहता है कि मैं लोगों के साथ शादी करूँ या मेरे affairs हो या मैं किसी को तो date करूँ. I mean, thank you media for watching out for me, but I have a different story cooking and पकेगी जिस दिन पकेगी आपको पता चलेगा. But just hold on, not right now.
Not right now.
Right now.
We're happily single.
Don't know.
Okay, don't know. When you're ready, we'll
know. This Valentine's, we'll know.
We'll know in Valentine's Day. Please don't tell me you're announcing something like a film. Then one text you saying, अच्छा ये था. पता नहीं Valentine's Day film announce हो गई एक और मुझे लग रहा है. Look at you teasing them and showing the ring and all.
यार देखो प्यार.
चलो देखेंगे Valentine's Day में कि यहाँ पे ये ring होगी कि नहीं. But like I said, whatever you do, I'm always.
है
अभी है.
मैं तो खुद से प्यार
जताऊं. Oh, मुझे किसी और की मुझको जरूरत क्या?
ये आपको बड़ा गाना.
I love this song. I think it is a single girl's anthem. What's my name? My name is Sheila Rudrani. Absolutely, किसी और की जरूरत है खुद से प्यार.
But having said that, प्यार सब deserve करते हैं and may they get the loved ones. लेकिन एक चीज मैं कहना चाहूँगी कि अगर आप किसी से प्यार करते हैं तो उन्हें जताएं कि आप प्यार करते हैं और जो प्यार आपसे कर रहा है आपका पार्टनर तो प्लीज receive it also because when you do not reciprocate प्यार जितना देना मुश्किल है वो accept receive करना भी मतलब some people can't see the efforts that they take so please appreciate the efforts that your partner takes for you and I think you need to just like give that love attention to your partner which is so important because that's what we live for we need attention
तो वैलेंटाइंस डे पता चलेगा कितनी लंबी पोस्ट आ रही है किसके लिए
कुछ पोस्ट नहीं आ रही है मैं सिर्फ कुछ नहीं होगा
but on that note you spoke about you are really taking time and selecting your projects you have family star with Vijay Deverakonda,
Yes.
of course. So I want to know how much of a little you can tell me about it, of course, and then of course working with
No, there's
Vijay.
a lot I can tell you. We
Ooh.
shot in New York and we just came back, and we have like 75% of the film ready.
Nice.
We just left with a couple of scenes, and I'm missing being on sets, and I can't wait to resume the shoot. We were just waiting for Pongal to finish so that everyone could spend some time. We worked like crazy hard for this movie, and looks beautiful, yaar. The writing of the film is really strong, and I'm happy to be working with Parshuram Garu because he's a talented man, yaar. Like the way he writes, I really enjoy. I have like so much laugh. मैं तो हंसती रहती हूँ पूरा time set पे.
But also, you know, Vijay also is a very, very chill person, right?
Yeah,
like
he
when you
is.
see him, he's extremely respectful, but very, very chill.
Yeah.
Tell me, I'm sure the breaking of ice didn't need to happen, but how was it when, you know, when you all sort of kind of went on the set, met and started shooting?
You know, it's just like he was sweet enough to help us promote Sita Ramam for one of the musical
Exactly,
events. He
yes.
came and he met. That's where I met him first. How strange, no? All my Hi Nanna also, like I met Nani also on the last day of
Yeah.
Sita Ramam. I met Vijay also during the promotions of Sita Ramam. So we knew each other, and it was really nice because we appreciate each other's work. And this is a fun one. This is a different vibe for me, especially, at least because I've never explored this side, at least in Telugu. He's very focused, and we both like give our heart and soul to the scenes.
Fantastic. All right, some fun questions, Mrunal.
Yes,
Are you
please.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, any new additions to weird, quirky, funny names that people call you by?
Quirky, no, but recently somebody like Mahi, Kiara, she started calling me M. She
Tell
calls
me-
me M.
It's cute.
Like my initials. No one, everyone called me Mrunal or MT. I actually don't like MT because it sounds like empty. It's empty, but she calls me M, and I think the way she calls me, because of her, everyone started calling me M. Like Hisham, who did music for Hi Nanna, did start calling me M, or Shaurya Garu also started calling me M. But Nani Garu calls me Yash, Yashna ka Yash.
Oh, I like that.
Which is sweet, yeah.
It's
I call him Nans, yeah.
Okay, I see really long posts of your fans and people, admirers, writing to you, dedicating to you. I want to see anything that you read that's superbly romantic that a fan has, online proposals that they write to you.
Oh my God, I read every day so much that there was one person who even wrote that in my head I'm already married to you. But I'm like, in my head I'm already married to like Keanu Reeves. I'm so sorry, but you're late to the party. And
Tough competition out there, sorry.
And it's beautiful that people, how they are decoding Sita Mahalakshmi and Yashna, their styling, and the way the scenes are written, the way the scripts are written, the way the screenplay is written, and what was the director's take and the DOP's take, and you know, Hisham, the music, and you know, when the song Ide Ide came out, we started reading comments which are not really like flattering. I was not really happy. But when the film came out, when they saw the movie and saw the song, they're like, it is beautifully haunting, but it's so beautiful, but it's like you can have that person. You can't have that person who you love. You always wanted to have that person, but you just can't. So when I'm reading all these comments, when people are writing, and it's so surprising, and like they call Nani Garu natural star, you know, and our little one, Mahi, performed so well. She was so good in the movie. I called up Nani Garu from New York, and he was in Hyderabad, and I said, "Aap bhul jao being a natural star, main bhul jati hu being a Sita Mahalakshmi. The real star is this kid, Kiara. Oh my God, I think the film wouldn't be the same if she wasn't there in it."
Yeah, I think the highs and lows have been done fantastically. All right, now I'm going to name some co-stars of yours. You're going to tell me something that the world might not know, not like a Wikipedia fact, something interesting.
Okay.
Okay, about Hrithik Roshan.
Oh, he works very hard, even when he's got like a break, like a 20-minute break, and he can be in his vanity. He'll always be learning something from the videos, because when I entered into the vanity once just to chat about the scene, he was rehearsing something like a dance move. I don't know what he was doing, but he was learning, like taking tutorials from online. Like he was learning, constantly learning. I mean, Hrithik Roshan doesn't need to learn.
That's true. Nani.
We need to learn from him.
That's true. Nani.
Nani Garu.
Can be a fun thing also.
He's a shy guy, you know, he takes some time to open up. But he's fun. He's fun. Yeah.
Okay, what about Vijay?
Vijay is very focused. I haven't had time to interact with him as much. But maybe soon. I think during promotions is
You
when
get
I
the
get
time.
to talk to my co-actors, because and you get to know them, because when you meet them on set, they're always into the character. You would never know who they truly are in the filmmaking process.
Rashmika.
Oh, she's fun. She's energy is just like amazing,
Okay, fantastic.
which everybody knows actually. But what is it that you don't know about her? I think everybody knows how energetic she is.
And Dulquer?
Dulquer, you know, I recently watched a scene where there were butterflies, and he just asked the butterflies to go and dance with Sita. I always looked at Dulquer Garu's reactions, but you know, I was in Shilim and there was this butterfly who came and sat on my hand for almost a minute and a half, and when it flew, in my head there's also a scene with but मैंने butterflies पे देखा ही नहीं, क्योंकि कभी it was so believable. So I think what is important for me is for an actor to make that non-living butterflies bring life
into
them. And I just decoded that. I said, my God, these butterflies were not real, but he made us believe that they are real. But that's something that he wouldn't take credit for.
Yeah.
He's unaware, and I don't think he wants to know. And that's really like sweet, and he's very humble.
Yeah.
But I want him to own it.
Yeah.
Just own it.
Own it.
Yeah, own it.
You know what, I'm going to end this soon. You spoke about, this is a longer question, you spoke about Rashmika, and it made me realize you've always been a girl's girl, which means that you've supported women around you, and it was so lovely to see you put that post out for Ankita and say that, you know, you're a strong woman.
Yeah, she
and
is.
And I think it'll mean a lot when she comes out and reads all of this, because, you know, it's been tough inside. Tell me,
I know it's
and,
tough.
And tell me you watched it, and tell me, like, because you're such a close friend of hers, and, you know, I saw that post, it meant for you something. What do you think is going on, and how do you sort of hope that she deals with it?
See, I may not be there with her when she's happy, but I'm always there with her when she needs me.
Beautiful.
And I feel like she is a woman of substance. She's very strong. The last time I met her was when she lost her father, and the way she is dealing with everything, it's so gracefully and so strong. Oh my God, like, I don't know. It's I wish all the great things should happen to her.
Yeah, hopefully get the cup, right?
Yeah, but for me, she's already won.
She's won Bigg
so
Boss.
many hearts. She's really strong. I haven't been able to follow it every episode wise, but I keep seeing in bits and pieces. But I really want her to win.
Thank you so much, Mrunal.
you.
It's always wonderful chatting with you. Thank you for sharing those stories, because I've enjoyed the film, you know, and I wanted to know so much about Yashna. Thank you for
Yeah.
giving me that insight.
Thank you. I'm glad we could talk more about the character and not just about
Everything else.
everything else.
Absolutely. This is the plan. And thank you. I hope
Thank
everybody
you.
enjoys the
Yes,
anecdotes, and sending
yes.
you so much love.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.